Hello, and thank you for joining our presentation of the pricing and marketing strategy for the Atlantic Bundle by Atlantic Computers. This presentation is brought to you by Team WookieSpeak. Team WookieSpeak's members are John Schroeder, James Phillips, Rakivir Reddy Tadisina, Stephen Charlie Nolan, and Amberly Wilson. I am your presenter, James Phillips. It so happens that I am the presenter for this presentation today because, unfortunately, our original presenter, Charlie Nolan, was unfortunately unavailable due to a freak accident at work. But we're glad he's okay. Say arg, Charlie. The purpose of our presentation is to introduce and explain the new marketing and pricing strategy for the Atlantic Bundle, the Tron server with the Performance Enhancing Server Accelerator, or PESA. Our goal of this new strategy is to maximize profits and, of course, gain market share. But it's also to provide value and income for the people that make Atlantic Computers a success. For the Atlantic Bundle, our general marketing strategy is product differentiation. We feel that our goal should be to demonstrate conclusively to the customer that the Tron with PESA Atlantic Bundle is faster, it requires less initial investment, and has a lower cost of ownership over the course of its life, provides superior processing power, and is backed by an industry-leading customer support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But first, there are some key points we feel deserve the greatest attention for this effort to succeed to the extent that it is capable. They are our sales force, our customers that we target, our customer support, product guarantee and warranty, loyalty, and our bundle launch plan at the trade show. A little bit about the sales team. Given the nature of our sales strategy, and that is direct salesperson contact, we feel that it's imperative that our sales team be properly trained on these new pricing changes and why we're putting them into effect for the Tron with PESA Atlantic Bundle. We feel that this new strategy provides opportunity not only for higher sales and volume, but a higher commission for our sales staff than before if this strategy is properly executed. But what about our customers? Research tells us that approximately half of our basic servers sold in the next 3 years will be loaded with PESA, but to whom? Extensive research and beta testing show that the customer groups that would benefit most from our bundles are web server customers, file sharing managers, and those that employ large email applications. These groups will be the ones we target primarily in our next marketing campaign, particularly after launch of the PESA Atlantic Bundle at the trade show. All of this starts at the Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Systems Solution Trade Show, or SME for short. We feel that it is vital that we accomplish these three tasks, which we have named Triple S: speed, savings, and superiority. Those are to demonstrate the superior speed versus Ontario Zinc computer, to prove both initial investment and cost of ownership savings versus the Zinc, and to demonstrate product superiority and value. Aside from our product superiority, we feel that what differentiates us from the competition is our unmatched customer service options and support. We are an industry leader in 24/7 customer account and technical support, which we offer at no additional charge to the customer. But for the Tron server with PESA bundle, we're also going to be offering initial product installation setup and demo, free online training aids, free streaming videos for application management, free troubleshooter for maintenance assistance, and live technical support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what does that mean for the price, which I know is why many of you are still paying attention? We have determined that the price that provides for the best balance of profit and market share is to use the value and use pricing model. Essentially, this pricing breakdown splits the savings provided by the Atlantic Bundle over the Zinc between us and the customer. Now, we actually save them far more money than the number below will indicate. The Tron, in many cases, is 4 times faster than the Zinc when PESA is installed. Yet we only have prices for the bundles at a 2-to-1 ratio, allowing us to charge half the possible price while giving the customer 4 times the speed. And the price that our calculations indicate would be the most effective is $2,741.78 per Tron server with PESA bundle. Let's look at some of the revenue implications among the potential pricing strategies that we evaluated for this project. We started by looking at status quo pricing strategy, which is just charge a base price for the server, giving away the software applications for free, which is how we've done it in the past. The problem we feel, since we have $2 million in R&D costs with the PESA software, is that we lose that cost completely. We never recoup the money that we put into research and development, and we have a low perceived pace of value since we feel it's easy enough to just give it away for free. This all results in lost revenue. We then looked at the cost plus pricing strategy, which came to about $2,250 roughly per server. This is our initial cost in the unit plus an R&D recovery cost, which we estimated at about $190 plus a 30% markup. The problem is, again, we leave money on the table. We believe that that's too low a value for the server given all the benefits that we offer the customer. And because the product is at such a low price, there's actually a lost perceived value where the customer actually values the product more if it's a little bit more expensive. We then looked at competition-based, which is basically, do we charge what Ontario's Inc. charges for the appropriate number of computers to do the same computing speed, which would be about $6,800 per server if we price it at the full 4-to-1 performance ratio. The problem there is it's an uncertain market share. We don't know just how many people would be willing to pay that much for our servers. We're likely to increase our margin but lower our market share dramatically. And it also shows a minimal customer research to see what people would actually be able to pay. And finally, we settled on the value in use pricing strategy. That gave us the price of $2,741.78, which we projected at a conservative 2-to-1 product ratio. By 2-to-1 product ratio, I mean comparing the cost savings for 2 Ontario's Inc. computers versus 1 Tron with Pesa Atlantic bundle. What we came up with is that this price provides a significant savings and value for the customer. It's very easily justified mathematically to the customer. It guarantees our profit per unit, and it increases our market share since we're priced so much below the competition pricing. So how does this pricing strategy appeal to our customer? To evaluate this, we looked at one of our ideal customers, which is DayTraderJournal.com. DayTraderJournal.com identified 3 primary customer requirements when they were looking to buy new servers to support their business. Number 1 was to minimize acquisition costs. We're able to meet that strategy head on by demonstrating a 24% savings in product acquisition over the Zinc computer. So did we meet that need? Yes. It's a price that is easily justifiable, which minimizes their acquisition costs. Number 2 was to minimize their possession costs. We demonstrate 50% lower cost of ownership versus the Zinc. This is primarily electricity usage and software licensing costs every year. So yes, we meet that need, and we have savings that are verifiable and, again, easily proven mathematically. Their final requirement was to allow the website to process many information requests at once. This goes back to our superiority in the SSS. We meet that need by demonstrating a 4-to-1 faster speed over the Zinc with the Pesa software tool. So yes, it's proven performance, allowing their website to process many information requests simultaneously. So we wanted to evaluate money that we left on the table had we stayed with the original status quo pricing over the value and use pricing that we are currently going to employ for the Tron server. We're looking at our anticipated sales from 2001 to 2003. In value and use pricing and in status quo pricing, we're projecting to sell 10,590 Atlantic bundles from 2001 to 2003. There'll be an additional approximately 10,500 servers sold without the bundle to those customers who wouldn't benefit from the Pesa software. But for this purpose, we're using the bundle price. The price and value and use pricing was $2,741.78 versus $2,000 in status quo, giving away the Pesa software. Simple math tells us that our total revenues in the value and use pricing is roughly $29 million, while the status quo pricing will give us $21,180,000 in net revenues. Our costs, however, would be the same, $18,287,000 for both the value and pricing and for the status quo pricing, because our R&D costs are the same across both pricing strategies. This gives us a total profit in value and use pricing strategy of $10,748,000 versus $2,892,553 if we were to resort to status quo. This leaves money on the table roughly in the amount of $7,855,450 over a 3-year period. So now that we've developed a new pricing strategy, how do we believe our sales force will react to it? We believe in 3 main areas when we're talking about this. Number 1, that there's a perception that the salespeople will have to work harder since they're not giving the software away for free as an incentive. To resolve this, we offer the following, that if salespeople are properly trained, selling the Atlantic bundle should be easier than any product in the past, given the obvious advantages and cost savings. Salesperson income should increase, given the higher profit margin per unit. There might be an initial hesitancy or unfavorable initial reaction to a higher price, but we believe that we can demonstrate that price is much lower than the competitors, providing much better performance in our equipment, faster product, and better service. In this case, higher price is higher value. Value is easy proven to the customer, which will also increase our customer retention rate. To help spur this realization among our sales staff, we would recommend the following sales incentive program to overcome the fear of the unknown. And what we recommend is that we would offer a minimum of the average of their last 3 months of pay as a safety net, guaranteed for the next 3 months until they see the difference in this pricing strategy themselves. So what about the customer? How do we believe they will perceive this new pricing strategy? Perhaps with some hesitance at first, but that's why we have the strong sales force that we do, so that they can overcome that. We think that the Atlantic bundle will sell itself, again, if it's properly presented to the customer by a well-trained sales staff. But we're not just known for our product. We're also known for our outstanding customer service and the fact that we stand behind everything that we do. To that end, we would like to recommend the following incentives for our customers: a 30-day money-back guarantee if they're not satisfied, 1-year limited warranty, free technical support and product demonstration, a loyalty discount of 10% for legacy customers who are replacing their old servers with Neutron servers, and referral discounts and rewards programs, for example, 5% off their initial purchase if they're referred by an existing customer. So overall, what is it that we're recommending? We recommend an immediate retraining of our sales force in anticipation of the rollout of the Atlantic bundle and the new pricing structure. We think this training should take about 2 weeks. We would also recommend marketing materials be developed and distributed that outline the benefits, the savings, the lower cost of ownership, and the superior service that's provided by the Atlantic bundle. Also, to build up all of this development prior to the launch at the SME so that we could focus on the benefits of the Pesa software tool for the customers that we feel will most benefit from that product, and something that also emphasizes the speed, savings, lower cost of ownership, and the excellent service that we provide. And also, we would recommend a follow-up with our customers to ensure a quality, but most appropriately, a seamless transition from the way we used to do things to the way that we're doing things now. This could be accomplished through customer surveys or questionnaires, customer satisfaction indices, things like that. And finally, a transition to the value and use pricing model across our product lines, given that it's providing so much more profit, at least on paper at this point until we've tested it, versus the status quo model employed in the past. So everything that we've seen thus far brings us to one simple conclusion: that we feel that our customers, by purchasing and utilizing the Tron server with Pesa software, can actually save money by going from this with their current server systems or the Ontario Zinc to this. And we can prove it with the Atlantic bundle. Thank you very much for your time and joining us for our presentation today.